mode coupling. Now mode coupling. So mode coupling means mode conversion. Mode coupling means mode conversion. So here in multi-mode fibers, light rays with different modes are propagating. Right? Light rays with different modes are propagating. Right? Some of the modes are with low losses and some of the modes are propagating with high losses. So because of certain variations in the optical fiber cable, the light mode, one light mode will be converted into some other light mode after propagating certain distance. Right? So what are the various factors that lead to this mode conversion? Now we are going to learn. Right? So let us see what are the reasons for mode conversion. Let us see what are the reasons for mode conversion. So the first...
Sir, 1 minute break please, 1 minute break.
Now we are going to learn mode coupling. Mode coupling is also called as mode mixing or mode conversion. Mode mixing or mode conversion. What is the meaning of mode mixing? If you consider multi-mode fiber, in multi-mode fiber, multiple number of light modes are propagating with the different propagation characteristics. Whenever they are propagating simultaneously within a same channel, there is a probability of interfering with each other. If they interfere, then the propagation characteristics will be varied. The mode characteristics will be varied. Right? Whenever two modes are coupled together, whenever two modes are mixed together, then the mode characteristics will be changed. So one mode will be converted into other mode. One mode will be converted into other mode. That's why this is also called as mode conversion also. So mode coupling or mode mixing or mode conversion. So all these names, they give the same meaning. Whenever multiple number of modes are propagating, that lead to the conversion in the light modes. So higher order guided modes may be converted into lower order radiation modes if there are certain irregularities in the transmission medium. Means what is the transmission medium here? That is our optical fiber cable. Suppose in the optical fiber cable, if there are any irregularities, because of these irregularities, the mode characteristics, the light mode characteristics will be converted to some other modes. So this thing we are going to learn. So here let us see what are the different reasons for mode conversion. So first one is the deviations of the fiber axis from straightness. So here, if you consider, here always we use these optical fiber cables to establish long distance communication. So already we know very well all the globe is connected with optical fiber cables, right? So in long distance communication, our light information must be carried without any interference. So it will be possible if and only if the fiber axis is straight. But if the fiber axis is deviated from its straightness, then it will lead to mode coupling. This is one of the reasons. And another one is variations in the core diameter. So let us see, for example, let us see the first case. Consider so first reason for mode coupling is deviation in the fiber axis from the straightness. So for this let us have few examples. Let us consider an optical fiber cable. Suppose after traveling for certain distance, if there is a bend like this, if the optical fiber cable bends, then up to this one the fiber axis is straight, and after this fiber axis will be bent. Suppose if optical fiber cable is laid down on the roadside, if some vehicle trespasses on that, because of that external pressures, the fiber axis may be deviated from its straightness. So in this case also, the light ray will not maintain the critical angle condition at core cladding interface, and the light ray will not be totally internally reflected. Then the light ray cannot be propagated over the longer distances, because the higher order guided mode is converted into lower order radiation mode. Because of this lower order radiation mode, the light ray enters into the cladding medium, right? So one of the reasons for mode conversion is deviation in the fiber axis from the straightness. So this is the first reason. And second reason is variations in the core diameter. Variations in the core diameter. So let us consider one optical fiber cable, and the optical fiber cable's diameter is uniformly maintained for certain distance, and after that, suppose assume the diameter is somewhat increased. Then if you see this one, whenever the light ray enters into the optical fiber cable, here if this light ray is entering with acceptance angle condition, then it will maintain critical angle at the core cladding interface. It will be reflected, totally internally reflected. It will properly propagated for certain distance. But after this certain distance, wherever there is a irregularity in the core diameter, here it will not maintain the critical angle. Even though it has maintained the critical angle previously, where the core diameter is uniform, because of the irregularity in the core diameter here, it will not maintain the critical angle. So this light ray will not be totally internally reflected. Instead, it will be entered into the cladding medium, which leads to loss of information. So here, this is the higher order guided mode, whereas this is the lower order radiation mode. So here, because of the irregularity or variation in the core diameter also, there is a mode conversion. So this is one of the reasons. And third reason is, if there is a irregularity at core cladding interface, then also it lead to mode conversion. So for this, just consider the optical fiber cable whose fiber axis is always straight. The first condition is always straight, okay, no problem. And the core diameter, this is also uniform, okay, no issue. But at core cladding interface, what is the core cladding interface here? So here this is the core cladding interface. Suppose at this core cladding interface, if there is a certain irregularity, then in that particular case also, light ray will not be propagated properly. So here, even though light ray enters by satisfying acceptance angle condition, this light ray will be totally internally reflected for certain distances. But whenever this light ray touches this irregularity at core cladding interface, instead of totally internally reflecting, it will be refracted into cladding medium. So the irregularity at core cladding interface will also lead to the mode conversion. And finally, the refractive index variations. Refractive index variations will also lead to the mode conversion. So refractive index is directly related to the material density. Just assume optical fiber cable is made up of some halide glass, right? Because of the variation in the material composition. So already we discussed in halide glasses, zirconium fluoride composition is 58%. Throughout the material is for sometimes it may not be possible to maintain that 58% exactly. So rather than 58% at a particular portion, if it is maintained as 57%, because of the variation in the material compositions, material density may be varied at certain portions, right? Or otherwise at some portion more material may be deposited, or at some portion and somewhat thinner material may be deposited. So because of the material density variations also, refractive index will be varied. If the refractive index varies, then the velocity of the light ray will be varied at that particular portion. If the velocity of the light ray is varied at that particular portion, then the direction of the light ray in which it is propagating, that also will be varied. So if the direction is varied, then it will not maintain the critical angle at core cladding interface. Instead, it will be refracted into the cladding medium. So because of all these reasons, deviation in the fiber axis from straightness, variation in the core diameter, irregularity at core cladding interface, and refractive index variations, all these irregularities lead to the changes in the propagation characteristics. Because of these changes, higher order guided modes may be converted into lower order radiation modes. So this concept is the mode coupling or mode conversion. So here we need to focus to align optical fiber cables properly. So this first one we can focus more. To avoid the deviation of the fiber axis from straightness, we have to focus on misalignments of the optical fiber cable, right? So what are the various misalignments generally possible? First one, let us consider two fibers which are going to be connected. So this is the first fiber and this is the second fiber, and the light photons are propagating in that, right? So and these fiber core dimensions are very small, very small, which are in the orders of micrometers. So if two fibers are aligned with some gap, if there is a small unwanted end separation is there, gap is there between the two fibers. So because of this, what is happening, just observe. In the first fiber, all the light photons are confined to the core medium, and because of the irregularity, or what is the irregularity here, that is the gap. Because of this gap, only one light photon is entering into the second fiber, remaining two photons are entering into the cladding medium, which lead to loss of information. The light photons which are confined to the core medium, they only can carry the information, which are entering into the cladding, that leads to loss of information. So because of this end separation or gap between the fibers, we are losing our information. And the second irregularity, that is either the lateral offset or axial offset. That means here two optical fiber cables are connected, but if these two optical fiber cables are not connected properly, if there is a axis misalignment, if the fiber axis is deviated from its straightness, so in that particular case, just observe this second visible. In the first optical fiber core medium, all the light photons are confined to core, but because of the deviation in the straightness of the fiber axis, only two light photons are entering into the second fiber, and one light photon is escaped from core and entered into the cladding medium. So the light photon which enters into the cladding medium, that leads to loss of information. And the third one is angular misalignments. If two optical fiber cables are connected angularly, means here also there is a deviation in the fiber axis. So in this particular case also, few of the light photons are entering into the cladding medium, which leads to loss of information. So this is the example for the deviation or irregularity of the fiber axis from its straightness. So always while interconnecting two optical fiber cables, we have to take very much care to avoid all these kinds of misalignments, so that we can avoid all these misalignment losses.